Lack of self-confidence is an invisible yet immensely powerful barrier that can turn life into a rudderless journey, adrift without purpose, much like a boat floating aimlessly on a river. When fear and shyness control one's actions, no matter how intelligent or talented one may be, it is difficult to reach true potential. Many people live their lives in silence, afraid to speak up, afraid to accept failure, and fearful of being noticed or judged by others. The story illustrates this through the character of the salt merchant's eldest son. From a young age, the boy was extremely shy and hesitant to communicate with others. Because of this reserved nature, he was often considered foolish and easily taken advantage of by everyone. More regrettably, instead of encouraging him, his father frequently scolded him harshly, further shattering the boy's already fragile self-confidence. As he grew older, this lack of self-confidence led to serious consequences. In his studies, he could not write coherently during exams due to the fear, causing him to gradually fall behind. When he became a young man and joined the family business, stress and anxiety caused him to constantly make mistakes and communicate poorly with customers, which made his father even angrier. The culmination of the problem was when cunning men exploited his hesitation and timid nature to trick him into giving away all the salt, destroying everything the father had painstakingly built. These incidents demonstrate that a lack of self-confidence is not just a personal psychological issue, but can also ruin one's career and life. The incident of being tricked out of all the merchandise was the last straw, triggering a tremendous outburst of rage from the father. "You worthless boy! You've ruined everything I built!" These harsh words were directed at the young man, leaving him completely broken and expelled from the house. His father's extreme anger, the public mockery of the neighbors, coupled with his own feelings of helplessness and worthlessness, drove the young man into a state of utter despair. Carrying a shattered heart and overwhelming shame, the young man went to the riverbank. He thought, "There's no point in living anymore. I will always be a failure." Just as he was about to jump into the cold water to end it all, a wise old man suddenly appeared, grabbed his hand, and pulled him back to safety. In the grip of deep despair, the young man shouted angrily, "Why did you save me? My life is meaningless. I can't do anything right." The old man calmly replied with a gentle yet powerful voice, "My child, life is very precious. God grants it to us only once. If you keep living, you can overcome every failure and find success. But if you give up, you will never know what you are truly capable of." However, the young man remained submerged in self-doubt. He sadly stated that he was weak, timid, hated even by his father, and called stupid by everyone because of his lack of education. He questioned whether someone like him deserved to live. Hearing this, the old man became serious, invited him home, and said, "I have the answer to your question, but first, you must follow me for 3 days. If you complete the 3 tasks I give you, I will change your life." A glimmer of hope flickered, and the young man agreed to embark on this challenging journey to find himself again. Accepting the old man's challenge, the young man began a 3-day journey, with each day presenting a task aimed at directly confronting the shyness and fear that had imprisoned him for so long. Day 1, the old man assigned the first task: talk to 10 complete strangers, ask about their lives, and write down what they said. This was a terrifying challenge for someone who always feared communication. Although he was initially hesitant and even ignored by some, with perseverance and determination, the young man kept trying. By the end of the day, he completed the task and was surprised to find he had even made a few new friends, an experience he had never had before. Day 2, the task was more difficult. Teach 10 children about the importance of water. The young man panicked, arguing that he was uneducated, so how could he teach others? The old man merely smiled and reassured him, "They don't know you are uneducated. Just share what you do know." With trembling hands and a glass of water, the young man stood before the children. He quickly shared 5 benefits of drinking water and stepped back. To his surprise, he had done it. The second attempt, he performed with much greater confidence. It was then he realized that his fear had begun to fade. He had overcome the fear of failure and the fear of being judged. Day 3, the final and greatest challenge: return home and apologize to his father. Terribly afraid, The young man feared his father would never forgive him and would scold him again. However, after being encouraged by the old man, he gathered all his courage and returned home. He humbly apologized to his father and promised to prove himself. Noticing the change and unexpected bravery in his son, the father relented and gave him another chance to join the business. These 3 tasks, though simple, forced the young man to step out of his comfort zone, face his fears, and build his self-confidence little by little through real-world action. After completing the final challenge, the young man returned to the old man and eagerly asked, "Now, please tell me, what is the secret to success?" The wise old man smiled and replied, "You have already discovered it yourself, my son. Your biggest enemy was not shyness, but fear." He emphasized that the way others perceive us depends entirely on how we present ourselves. If you show confidence, no one will think you are weak or inferior. True strength originates from self-belief, not from the permission of others. This advice completely transformed the young man's perception. He realized that self-confidence is not an innate talent, but a skill that is built and nurtured over time by constantly stepping out of one's comfort zone. Fear and doubt are the chains that restrain us, but courage and persistence are the elements that can change and transform life. With deep gratitude, the young man vowed never to let fear defeat him again. A few years later, by applying these lessons, the once shy boy became a renowned businessman, respected not only for his intellect, but also for his unwavering confidence. The core message is, confidence grows when we confront and overcome our fears. Believe in yourself, take small steps forward, and you will discover the hidden strength that you never knew existed.